Coming up right now, we're going to tell you why a police department issued a public service announcement about your text messages.
Also coming up, it's a real head case why a passenger was ordered off an American Airlines flight.
Yeah, a little bit later on, a major court decision regarding your favorite boneless chicken wings. That guy's not happy.
No, Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. We're so excited to have you here on this Friday. Very good stuff happening here. We'll also be checking in with our buddy Matt Doolittle, who's always to my right. How are you there, Matt?
I am lovely, and if you guys get a chance, and I'll be doing a preview review for this, and it's out, and they're putting a new episode on every Sunday, so there'll be one this weekend. Chimp Crazy.
Chimp
on Max.
Okay, I've seen it. I've not invested yet.
It's the same director from Tiger King, so you know what you're getting. But it's more intense because it's chimps, and I am terrified of chimps.
Okay.
And we're
monkeys?
2 episodes in. Oh yeah, we're 2 episodes in, and I'm going, why these things? No, let them be.
I got to get through the Vince Vaughn Bad Monkey thing on Apple TV before I watch.
What's the premise of this? Because they shot that in Central Florida.
Bad Monkey?
With Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it's based on a private investigator, police officer. Vince Vaughn plays it. Carl Hyacin is the author of a book, and he's written a lot of like Florida Man type stories.
Okay,
so
that makes
yes.
makes sense because I've heard they were shooting it a lot around
Key
here
West.
in town, and
Yep.
Key West too. All
Yeah.
right.
So have you guys heard the phrase Venmo Mom?
Venmo Mom.
Venmo Mom.
No.
Just get ready. Venmo Mom will be a new trending phrase for the school year. This gal in Tennessee has kind of started this whole trend. She says, point blank, I hate participating in school stuff. I'm not a PTA mom. The whole thing makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to volunteer for stuff.
Okay.
I'll pay for it. I'll just Venmo you the money, okay? Because I don't want to be a part of it. It just stresses me out. So she posted this on social media and got a ton of response, mostly positive. A lot of people saying, hey, I feel you. I feel the same way, but I feel obligated to have to participate in all of these classroom extravaganzas. I'd rather just Venmo the money too. But of course, other people are saying, you're missing out. You're not participating. How dare you?
I can understand that. I mean, it first off, because, teachers first off have to put up a lot for themselves. And so they rely on parents to be able to help. So I can understand how that could help. There is something, I'm sure, though, being involved in your child's development and going into school and being there, I guess, as well. So I probably sit on the fence as far as that goes of being somebody that just wants to contribute financially or actually show up. There's only a certain amount of band rehearsals or whatever I can handle.
Well, she says she gets mom shamed a lot whenever she shows up at these things because rather than participate and support and go to the meetings and spend hours there, she just would rather spend the money.
At least she's helping.
At least she's helping, exactly. But I think there comes a point in your child's life where they don't want you there anymore. So maybe taking advantage, of those moments where they do want you.
They want your money, though.
Yes,
but it's so much time. My buddy's part of one of these travel teams, like with the kids that just won the
Little League
World Championship. So his son is like just the age below he can qualify to be on one of these teams. The amount of time and money, I'm like, Travis, I don't know where do you have, you work at the hospital. Are you not at the hospital most of the time because you're traveling with him to do this?
It's crazy, right? And the money they spend on that stuff too. Not just the travel part, but just to be on the team.
Yeah, well, equipment and so on. I mean, and it's all in hopes that they will advance on and they become professionals and then they pay for mom and dad's retirement. Let's hope so. Let's head now to the Magnolia State there where a Mississippi police officer is now offering a warning to anyone before they hit send on their next text message. The Gulfport Police Department shared a text exchange between a person and one of their officers who didn't know the stranger attached to the message. Now, luckily for the sender, the officer had a little sense of humor. Text conversation started out with a question about what they were up to. Chillin'. How about you? The officer wrote. Want to smoke? The random person asked. Well, the officer responded to the invitation, writing, I don't think I'm going to be able to smoke with you. The person responds back, brah, we smoke all the time. The officer took a picture of himself holding his police badge, sent it to the person, along with sharing screenshots of the text exchange. The department offered some advice to the public at least, on social media. Pro tip, before you send a text, double check the number. Nothing like a wrong number text to really spice up somebody's day. I think that's, this day and age, I've sent texts and I'm like, oh no, I love this new delete thing that you can do on iPhone. Because I have a lot of typos in mine sometimes. You can edit them now too in iOS 18, which is great. But I always wonder, like, if I've done it. I've sent Hugo stuff that I sent to my wife. Yeah. No pictures, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
But that nothing too terribly. I'm waiting for the day till something major happens.
Yes,
like that.
I got a friend mixed up with a spokesperson for the Orlando Police Department because they both had the same name.
Oh, really?
So, and he was married to a friend of mine, and I was sending what I thought was the police guy information, and he's like, why are you texting me at 7 o'clock in the morning? And I'm like, yeah, well, I need to find out about this robbery. And he's like, I don't know anything about a robbery. And I was like, oh my gosh. It dawned on me that they both had the same name. And I was like,
That's
I
hilarious.
was mortified.
We have, in our sales department, we have Liz, and my wife's name is Liza. And I type in, so I know she's gotten some text messages that was supposed to go to my wife, and my wife definitely has gotten some message.
Did she get some pictures?
No
Liz?
pictures yet.
I got them though, so that's the weird thing.
Well, I send them to you no matter what.
Yeah, I'm not even close to anybody.
Well, this next story is a real head scratcher. We must warn you, the video you're about to see might be disturbing for some to watch. A 27-year-old man and his wife were arrested shortly after boarding their flight. The man's head was bandaged and bloodied. The flight crew became extremely concerned when they noticed the bandage falling off. He was initially asked to clean the wound and rewrap the bandage. They believe his wound was the result of a hair transplant.
Yeah, it was.
My goodness. He told flight attendants that he did not have any fresh bandages and would have to fly in his current condition. They insisted he deboard the plane for health and safety reasons, but he and his wife refused to cooperate. The American Airlines crew then had to call police. They again refused the officer, so they were arrested and taken off the plane. Fears of contamination forced all the other passengers to deboard the plane as well. That's disgusting. I'm sorry.
So here's what I think they lived in Texas. They were flying to Miami, and she was getting a breast lift. She went and got a breast lift done.
Okay.
He was getting a hair transplant and some liposuction done.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. And then she had some liposuction done as well. So they went to Miami to get all of this, and which is probably pretty expensive. And then they fly coach. You know what I'm saying? Why not just spend the money on first class?
Yeah.
Why not wearing a hat?
It's Miami. It's discounted anyway. You're going down an alley behind an alley under a sewer.
There's a big possibility of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even still knowing, and God bless I'm on the airline side this time right now. Something happened, you don't know. I mean, if it was a medical emergency, first off, I don't want to see that.
No.
I don't want to see that at all. I would
you want to be
out.
the person sitting right behind him?
Yeah.
Oh, no way!
And they did ask him, say, hey, can you put some new bandages on?
Which is not unreasonable.
No. So I'm with the airlines on this time, and they should have kicked them off altogether.
What is happening though with air travel? It boggles my mind. Like, who in the world thinks it's okay to get on a commercial flight with a bloody bald head with bandages falling off, and then be completely adamant about refusing to do anything about it?
And thinking that everybody will be fine with this. Is that
this
look
entitlement?
at me?
Like,
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares at all.
Care.
No, but nobody else cares. They don't care.
Drives me nuts.
If you think about that, and even we keep on hearing about these people having babies on flights, or they had a medical situation before they went on. It's like I remember it saying you can't, if you're like close to 9 months pregnant, you can't get on a flight.
Yes.
You know, I mean, like, how do they judge that? I can say, well, I'm only 7. I just look like I'm
9 months pregnant to one person, it looks different to someone else. So if you're trusting people to be honest,
no, cruise ships are not honest on that at all.
But a bloody head is a bloody head is a bloody head, no matter what, right?
So all right.
We got more Flash coming up right around the corner. Don't you go anywhere. We're gonna have some fun. FUN. You're watching Daily Flash, trending news and entertainment. Stick around.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
Matty of Birkenshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Ooh, dog and cat, it's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the media.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
It's time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. Entering its 20th season on the Discovery Channel is the hit series Deadliest Catch.
This is more than just fishing to make money. It's a race against time. This year, we have to fish like every string is the last string we're ever going to set.
I need to catch crab, and I just lost everything.
You're telling me, can't go on my boat right now. You can come here, if need be.
This gripping documentary series reveals the mortal perils and intense discomfort that fishing crews face on the open sea, including 40-foot waves, 700-pound crab pots that can easily crush a careless crewman, and freezing temperatures around the clock. I chatted with Captain Sig Hansen and Captain Jake Anderson.
Why do people keep coming back to the show?
You know, it was supposed to be a documentary about commercial fishing, and now it's turned into like this family program of sorts. I mean, it's generational. It's multi-generational. And I think people come back to live vicariously through us.
I've had my kids born on the show. I've won a lot of things. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money on the show, you know, and I think that all of that combined with there's 42 cast members roughly, you know, or fishermen or fisherwomen. So you have 42 stories that are, you know, all of them dramatic.
After 20 seasons, Deadliest Catch is still a captivating and intense series. Again, The Deadliest Catch is available on the Discovery Channel and streaming on Discovery.com. It gets an A and is rated TV PG. Streaming on most video-on-demand platforms is the political thriller Shadowland. It stars Jon Voight.
What am I doing here?
Perhaps you were having another one of your dreams?
I was. But it was real, too.
Do you like this when he was in office?
No, not at all.
President's asked for some of your time. The old man really needs you. How many of these dreams have you had, sir?
Haunted by relentless nightmares foretelling his untimely death, a former U.S. president and his psychiatrist discover the threat may be more real than imagined.
The idea of making the key decisions, it comes right down to that one man making the decision, is a tremendous responsibility. And that was what this film was about, you know. How does one go through the life of a presidency and know the grave responsibility that the things that he says and does are going to affect millions of people. And sometimes he makes the wrong move.
Although the acting in this movie is good, the script is lackluster, and the film moves far too slow to keep the audience's attention. Again, Shadowland is streaming on most VOD platforms. It gets a D and is rated R. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Thank you there, Tony. And Deadliest Catch is definitely one of my favorite shows. And we'll get to that in just a second. Well, welcome to your Daily Digits. We start out with 59, and it's rather a sad 59. Like I was saying, Deadliest Catch is one of my favorite shows. Well, longtime deckhand Nick Mavar, who appeared on 17 seasons of Deadliest Catch, died suddenly at the age of 59.
He apparently suffered a heart attack and fell from a ladder in Alaska. He was best known for working on the Northwestern before leaving the show in 2020 due to medical issues. If you're like me, you've watched almost every episode of the show over its 20 seasons, and you always feel a connection to the guys like that, especially on a show where it's probably the most realistic reality show out there. I don't really think you can produce these guys to get in a fight. So all the best to his family and friends. And I don't know about you guys, but I just get connections to guys on shows like this. I mean, I guess maybe it's how people feel about the Housewives every once in a while, but it's the Housewives with, really tough guys on boats.
Yeah. Yeah. And they have rocky relationships as well, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And they're throwing people overboard for real reasons.
I think I would last like 2 minutes on one of those ships. I am definitely not one of those manly men. I can fix your Wi-Fi, but not your drywall. All right, your next digit this week is 10 million. And if you get bit by one of these things, you might not be so happy, but if you're a special species of bird in Hawaii, you'll be very happy to stay alive because of it. Over 10 million genetically modified, because that always works out well, male mosquitoes are being released in Hawaii to help the native species of more than 17 Hawaiian honey creepers. The species dropped from 50 types to 17 because of a form of avian malaria transmitted by mosquitoes when it was introduced to Hawaii by accident in the 1800s. That's usually how it starts. The hope is to introduce these mosquitoes that carry only human diseases and will hopefully take over the population to save the birds because they're as quickly as being extinct by next year. So they've called ladybug, they've said that ladybugs can take care of mosquitoes, and we're happy to have all of them. And you know what? They can take all of our love bugs here because they tend to eat everything, including the paint off your car. So just send those to Hawaii. All right, well, your last number today is 6 million. And if I had it, well, I would have spent it. A very rare Lamborghini Veneno Roadster, the second to leave the factory and one of only 9 ever made, just sold for $6 million at auction after sitting for 2 years in a dealership. And of course, Dubai. SBX Cars, the high-end dealership responsible for the sale, say it's the most expensive car sold online ever. It only had 1,105 miles on it and has a 6.5-liter V8 engine with a top speed of 220. My only question is, how much is the oil change on one of those things? Because I got friends that got like BMWs, and they're always like, "Yeah, the oil changes on these things. You don't want to do that."
You
guys ever seen a supercar like that? You're like, I gotta have that.
People forget that, and then insurance as well.
Yes.
What's on top of all that, and then you have to house it too. So
forget just driving it off the lot. Maintenance, insurance, all that good stuff that comes with it. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, and it's time for doing it. You see, it's me, and that's what the thing says. Well, gents, it's my favorite time of the year. No, it's not Christmas, not the Orlando Magic's opening day, or the start of International Pet a Giraffe Month. No, we just have a few days away from the start of Shark Week. You know that one week where they try to wipe our brains of the trauma that was the first time we saw Jaws? Yes, it's that week. We will be doing it watching Shark Week in all of its glory for 7 nights that we've been enjoying since 1988 and continues to be the longest running cable television programming event in history. It's even given us such great events as Shark Week. You see Shark, sounds like Shark, so Shark Week. When he was bigger than half the sharks in the tank, it was hilarious. But why do we love it still, when we could just go watch all these clips on YouTube? My wife asked me the same thing, and my reasoning is this. Let me have an event once a year that doesn't divide people. We can all agree, shark bite bad, and people are dumb. Like the one guy who stood in a pool of bull sharks one year and had his calf ripped off by a bull shark, in a pool of bull sharks, because you don't stand in a pool of bull sharks. I don't have to leave the house, pay any extra money for it, and I get to watch fish, eat fish, and people, and boats. I might learn a little something, but why does this draw me in so much? Sharks have been around for millions of years, far before us. Learned to adapt, change their hunting tactics, and yet still fall for the old fake seal on the back of a boat trick. I think I'm just fascinated by the idea that we fear something so much that we don't know much about. Do you even know that great white sharks have never been fully captured mating? Aren't we supposed to be the dominant species, and we have a whole bunch of humans having at it on camera? Some of them even become famous for it. But I disagree. I know there are a lot of reruns about shows on Shark Week. They tried to make up the story about the megalodon, and they had a late night show with Bob the Shark. That wasn't so great. Look, I could go on and on about how great I think Shark Week is, why you should watch it, comment on it. We'll get in a group chat together, right, Andrea? Mitch, we'll get in a group chat
I'm in.
Shark Week.
Totally.
Yep, we'll start that later. Look, just let people enjoy what they enjoy, and if I like doing it to Shark Week, then let me have at it, guys.
Okay.
Very nice. Very good. We'll wait till Bruce the Shark has his own tape coming out. Let's check in now with Fabian Marcano from Daily Flash Latino. He joins us now for our relationship refresh.
Hey, you guys doing? Good to see you guys. Great to see you guys. How you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Today, we have to talk about relationships. I have to show you guys the new ways that people are changing the world. Have you guys heard about the 80-20 rule?
The 80? No. As far as relationships go?
I heard something about like if 80% of the guy is exactly what you love, then forget the other 20% you don't love.
That's actually, that's a way you could use it.
Okay.
There's different ways
Okay.
to use it.
Divorces?
It depends.
Hey, you 20, I get 80, you get 20.
I was gonna say you have to pay 80% of the bill. She just gets the tip, pretty much.
Is
But
that it?
it's not it. It's not it. It's a great way to rekindle passions, emphasize self-care, and nurture your relationship.
Oh, okay.
So there's different ways you can do this. There's one way where your partner could take up 80% of your time, and 20% of the time you can use it for your freedom. You can leave it up to pursue your own interests.
Okay.
And then it also can be applied in the amount of time you devote to each other. 80% of the time you could be with your partner, and 20% you're on your own. And then also another way, it's the 80-20 rule is kind of a way you guys can split enough importance between each other. So 80% of it is your problems, and then kind of you guys figure it out between that 20%. But it's just a way that you guys can kind of rekindle that passion that you have for each other, and also take care of yourself between the relationship without, losing self-care, self-awareness.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I think, even taking that into like just, we say the word argument, we think it's a bad thing sometimes, but arguments are actually just two people disagreeing and trying to figure out something altogether.
Sure.
Maybe if you go into a argument that you go, listen, this is the problem. I know you probably have something you want to spew out, but let's concentrate on the 80% of it. I can see that working great.
I think there's many ways that you can split it. How would you like to split it up? If you
Now
had
entering its second season,
Well, if you talk about, I think the 80-20 rule is interesting because if you think about spending 80% of your time together, but 20% of your time outside of the relationship, you've got to have something to bring into the relationship.
Good call.
If you are 100% in with each other 24/7, at some point you're going to get sick of each other.
Yes.
At some point there's nothing more that's new to the relationship,
Exactly.
right? So I think that 20% outside of the relationship is a good thing.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people that get accustomed to being close to each other and just always with each other. So you guys kind of become one mind together. You don't really split the brains up. And that 20% could actually help you think of just ways that you can benefit each other. Maybe ways that you guys can do other things on your free time.
Yeah.
Also, it gives you 20% for yourself to work, Some people even forget that they have jobs because of their relationships. You know what I mean? You get home and you're tired, and then you're focused on 100% of your work, and maybe you don't even show that 20% for your significant other.
I can completely appreciate that, especially, and then you throw a family into the mix, meaning with kids, and that 80%, 20%. You got to still be yourself. So good stuff there.
Hey,
appreciate it.
It's not the 80% you pay and then 20% she's got, but
it's a good way to think. I love those ideas. Of course, you can check out Fabiana on Daily Flash Latino. All you have to do is head to dailyflashlatino.com. You can check your local listings and times as well. We got more Daily Flash right around the corner. Don't go anywhere.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
She is!
Hey!
Love being next to this woman. I am Mitch English. So glad to have you here on Daily Flash. I like being next to this weirdo, Matt Doolittle, who we'll be checking in with him in just a few. You doing all right over there? I like your new your preacher podium.
I came in with a nice little surprise yesterday from old Mitch English.
Very nice.
Yeah. I was like, let's give Matty a nice. He had this. What'd you call it? The school
I
principal.
told him the principal podium.
This big old podium.
It hurt to move that thing some days.
It did.
Glad to
I ran into it a few times.
Take care of you that way. Matt, the only thing that looked better on you is what they're calling a mini mullet. It's coming
saw
back.
This,
I had one in middle school. Don't put me back.
We all did.
I was a fat little kid with a mullet. That did not
The
end well.
bros are loving the mini mullet.
They're coming back. The guy who played Elvis, what's Austin Butler? He has one now, as well as Irish actor Paul Mescal. Anyway, they're talking about this. They're like, just because their hair kind of went a little bit longer. And now let me tell y'all, so you had mullets. I had a beautiful mullet. Now I had to go to church every Sunday, right? Okay. So I had it where it was basically a faux hawk, right?
Okay.
So this is 1984, 85, right?
Okay.
So it was thinner than this on the side, and it went down, and my mane went all the way down here, and it had this beautiful, had long locks. It was beautiful, it was curly and all that. But on Sunday, I was able to like part it over and then push it back, like kind of take it in so you couldn't see it hanging down.
Got ya.
So at church, I looked really good, but Monday through Friday, I had this great little mullet. Anyway, they're saying the mullet is making a comeback. They're saying GQ magazine is actually getting on it. You like it? Party in the back?
Business in the front, party in the back.
Why not? I say, here's the thing. It just came like about 8 years too late for me because my hair's never gonna. I tried to grow out my hair. It's not. And here, can I sidebar everything?
Sidebar.
I have this barber I just found, and because my other one moved away, is bald. And I was very, I don't know if I should trust a bald barber. And he does a great job.
Oh, I would.
Really?
For sure. Well, especially if he's got a really nice bald head because you got to maintain that. That's not easy to maintain.
He's a big old burly guy,
too. I
too.
love that.
So there you go.
I love bald guys.
So if you see one, congratulate somebody with a mullet.
One other sidebar mention here, one of the kids from Florida just won the National Mullet Contest.
Listen,
right.
Florida's getting it, man. We have got as a bronze in breakdancing and now the best mullet.
And the Little League Championship of the world.
That was a big deal.
That was huge.
That's great. They're from Lake Mary, just north of Orlando. They won they played for the Southeast. They won the
They won the national, and then they beat Taiwan for world championship.
Those kids had so much swag already.
Oh.
Did you see them doing interviews? They're like pros already.
The glasses, the whole thing. They're like,
I just get out there and do my thing.
pros.
That's what one of them said. One of the white kids said that. It was awesome.
But the only bad thing is that when you're from Orlando and they go, you just won the World Series. Where are you going to go?
Yeah.
Down the street.
To Disney World.
Yeah.
Check this out. A state Supreme Court in Ohio recently ruled on whether or not boneless chicken wings could, in fact, have bones in them. This is what your state lawmakers are working on, folks. The decision follows a customer's claim that he suffered injuries after dining at a wing joint. He says he ordered his usual boneless wings, Parmesan garlic sauce. That's when he felt a bite-sized piece of meat go down the wrong way. 3 days later, he went to the emergency room. Doctor discovered a long, thin bone had torn his esophagus, caused an infection. The customer sued, saying the restaurant failed to warn him that their so-called boneless wings could contain bones. The state court determined that boneless wings refers to a cooking style, and the customer should have been on guard against bones since it's common knowledge that chickens have bones in them.
Well, first off, ask where chicken nuggets come from then, too, because there's no bones inside. It seems like it's not a reasonable understanding that if you say boneless, that they're not going to have anything in there. I can see if like tendons or whatever. I mean, but as far as the bone, I mean, this guy could have died altogether and had medical, obviously, issues out of all this too. So I think this is, big chicken is involved somewhere along the lines, and there are going to be, no matter what, if you have a boneless chicken, there's going to be some bones. Apparently, it's going to go through there.
Is it because the McRib has no ribs in it that we have a false sense of security?
You don't. And I don't think it has meat in it.
It's just a gelatinous form of a rib thing.
But man, I love them. I love them. And by the way, if they ever say they're going away, they're not. It's a big scam, by the way. We are going away, but I promise we'll be back right after this.
Well, sorry kids, but it's time to go back to school. But how can you be sure you're ready? Digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong is here with the scoop on tech and school gear to prepare students and parents for class. Hi, Mario.
Hey there. Look, thanks for having me on the Daily Flash. And yes, I've partnered with some great brands to make sure everyone is ready for school this year, starting with a way to make shopping easier on our wallets. Whether you're on the hunt for electronics, fashion, or school supplies, the PayPal app has got you covered for stackable cashback deals from some of your favorite brands, too. You just click to save the offer you like on your mobile device, and then it will automatically apply at checkout. Plus, you can stack these offers with your favorite card, like the PayPal Cashback MasterCard, where you can get an additional 3% cash back when you pay with PayPal. You can't go wrong with that. Now, if you want to get creative, do that with the Cricut Joy Extra. It's a smart cutting machine that's perfect for parents to make unique, personalized gear. Things like backpacks, notebooks, water bottles, t-shirts, and so much more. You can do this with your kids. So much fun. It cuts, writes, draws, and foils on over 50 materials, including vinyl and iron-on. And the free Design Space app is user-friendly, compatible with all Cricut machines, so you can create your own designs or get inspiration from the community. It's just a fun way to get ready for the new school year. Now check this out. Staples has some great back-to-school essentials to help show off your style and your tech savviness, like the Lenovo IdeaPad 5 with Windows 11 Home. It's portable, fast, lightweight, flexible, and it features Dolby Audio certified speakers for enhanced sound. It has a fingerprint sensor for easy login and a fast charging battery. Plus, you can trade in your eligible devices to score a Staples e-gift card. And teachers, don't miss out on this. You can enjoy 20% off in store with the app coupon and teacher ID. Now, an essential I wish I had when I was a kid is IXL. It's a learning program for math, language arts, science, and social studies. Look, it's used by 15 million students. IXL caters to different learning styles, like me. It has video tutorials, interactive practice, and games, and kids can learn on their computer, tablet, or phone. It's really a great way for them to stay on track, catch up, or even get ahead. And new customers can get 20% off for a limited time. Let's talk college students. An unexpected but essential for the dorm room is the STEM Attracts and Traps Flying Insects Light Trap, so your student can take care of their space when they or their roommates leave food around or windows open. It's free of insecticides, making it people, pet, and plant friendly when used as directed, and has a soft UV blue light for 24/7 attraction of houseflies, fruit flies, mosquitoes, and more. Its dual-sided refillable cartridge is easy to replace, and you never have to get your hands sticky. For more on everything I covered, head to inthenews.tv.
In this week's Help My Home, we call on our favorite home improvement guy, Gator.
Hey, this is Gator with a few easy hacks to help you help your home. I'm going to give you a couple of Gator Pro pool tips, okay? I've been doing this a long time. I built this pool a couple years ago. This is a saltwater pool. The biggest thing I can tell you is you need to check your chemicals. And I mean on a regular, not just once every 2 or 3 weeks. You need to check them every couple of days until you know they're steady for a while. You need one of these test kits. This is a Taylor test kit. You can get these off Amazon. This is the same stuff the pool stores and everybody uses, okay? This is easy. It's got all the directions right here. It's simple to test your chlorine, your pH, everything you need to test right here. And this thing will save you tons of money and tons of headache. You won't have to continue to go to the pool store, continue to have them sell you stuff. This will test your water. It'll tell you right here exactly how to use it. It's got a little book in there, tells you what to add. You can go buy your chemicals anywhere you want. Taylor test kit, that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, pool noodle. Got you a piece just long enough to go over your net. Now this is a net that scoops leaves off the bottom and stuff, but I use this for the top and the bottom. And when you put a pool noodle on there like this, it's gonna float the net for you. And you can just float it around. You can still push it under the water, look, and it'll just float right back up. You don't have to worry about dragging it around when it's long, extended, full of leaves. It's gonna float right there for you. This is a game changer. And when you drop it in the water, you'll be able to get it. All right, then. Next!
Hey, everybody. Ooh, time to get rid of Scar. For one family, it was supposed to be a dream holiday that turned into a nightmare. Get ready to see evil, hear evil, and things will be so terrifying that you will speak no evil.
I admire you. Louise is a great woman. I've always wanted a family like yours.
Mom, something's not right with him.
No! What is wrong with you? I want to back up the car, and I want to leave now.
Oh, no. That is really bad luck. I know we can both be...
a bit much.
Speak No Evil. It's from Blumhouse. They're the producers of The Black Phone and The Invisible Man. Latest horror flick. It stars James McAvoy.
He's terrific.
Yeah,
now,
he is.
I knew that we were going to preview this movie, so I found some interesting trivia to share with you guys. So what is Speak No Evil based on?
Is it the Three Monkeys?
No.
No? All right. So, in all seriousness, it's got to be, is it based like off of a book, I would imagine? Right?
It's based off of a film, which is an English language remake of a Danish-Dutch movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gestearn. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So. The film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, where it earned a reputation among horror fans as a brutal new vision of terror. If that doesn't sell you on the terror that you're going to see at the movie theater, I don't know what is. Speak No Evil will be in theaters on September 13th.
You know, there is something about it being where you can't leave. And I think everybody can kind of relate to that, where you've been in, first off, if you've gone over to aunt, uncle's, or grandma's house and you can't leave, take that to about times 12 once they find out that who they're with, I don't think I'm giving anything away, is really not who they think they are. And then how are they going to get out? And then you have your family on top of that dynamic with it as well, because you want to keep them safe. Interesting about the stars, too.
Terrific cast.
Yes. Halt and Catch Fire. Lee Pace also plays in that, but also Mackenzie and Scoot both are on there. Which they're playing husband and wife in this, but they were boss and employee.
Employee at the other one, yeah.
It's a great one.
We're digging deeper into Speak No Evil when we talk to the stars of the film, and for one lucky viewer, we are giving away tickets to an advanced screening here in Orlando. Go to all of our social channels and click on the link.
And whatever you do, speak no evil. More information on the new horror movie Universal Pictures, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Some spooky stuff there. I'm usually crying in those films. Well, it's time for some back-to-school fuel recommendations from one of the top nutritionists in the nation. Best-selling author Frances Largeman Roth shares some easy recipes and snacks.
Hi, I'm best-selling author and nutritionist Frances Largeman Roth. I'm teaming up with the National Peanut Board to share healthy, kid-friendly recipes for lunchboxes and after-school snacks that help get kids involved in the kitchen. There's some important information around preventing peanut allergies. According to guidelines, introducing baby-safe peanut foods beginning around 4 to 6 months and keeping peanut foods in the diet regularly can help prevent peanut allergies. One of my go-to favorite recipes, peanut butter apple oatmeal muffins, perfect for busy mornings or after school. They're full of fall flavors and easy to make. Get the kids involved with mixing the batter and prepping the muffin tins. You can find an infant-friendly version of this recipe on nationalpeanutboard.org. For after-school snacks, kids love a simple and savory peanut butter dipping sauce. It's easy and quick to whip up. Then help the kids chop fruits and veggies for dipping. As a nutritionist, I love that this recipe pairs protein with fruits and veggies for a well-rounded snack. For a lunchbox meal or family dinner, take chicken tenders to the next level with peanut flour and chopped peanuts. These crazy chicken tenders offer an added boost of protein and fiber to round out any meal. Peanuts are a nutrient-dense, plant-based protein and have the highest protein content of any nut. They also have fiber and over 30 essential micronutrients, the perfect healthy addition to meals for both kids and adults. I'm registered dietitian Frances Largeman Roth. For more recipes and information, visit nationalpeanutboard.org.
As many drivers consider a greener option, there are two popular alternatives to the traditional gas-powered car. One is the plug-in hybrid and the other is fully electric. So, what exactly sets them apart?
If you want to save money on gas, you've probably considered getting a hybrid. But what about a plug-in hybrid? And what's the difference between a hybrid and a plug-in hybrid? With a plug-in hybrid, or PHEV, you plug the car in either to a household-style outlet or a charging station, and the car runs on electricity only for a certain distance, usually about 30 or 40 miles. Once the small battery pack is depleted, the car begins to work more like a typical hybrid, meaning it uses gasoline to make its own electricity after the stored electricity from the plug is all used up. With a hybrid electric vehicle, or HEV, you never plug the car in. You simply gas it up and drive. The gasoline engine makes its own electricity and the car adds power from the gas engine or electric motor automatically.
Hey, we got so much more trending news and entertainment heading your way, but first, we have got to check in with our friends at the Daily Buzz right here on Daily Flash.
Despite being in
in a car accident as a kid that makes walking difficult, Rose Holloman is a baller. She was the youngest player on the U.S. Paralympic women's basketball team that struck gold in Rio. She helped lead the team to bronze in Tokyo and is going for the gold again in Paris. But now she's the vet heading a new-look squad.
Right now, we feel really good. We've been playing some friendlies and feeling really confident with each other, and I think we have a great chance of being on the podium, and especially hoping that we'll be at the top of that.
Medal or not, she's already pursuing her next chapter.
With Purdue Global, who is the preferred online university and the degree provider for Guild and the Team USA Learning Network, they're providing an online platform for athletes to be able to balance the busy work schedule of sports and school, and I'm really excited that I can now do that and take advantage of it, and I'm going back to school to get my master's in special ed.
Get more info at purdueglobal.edu.
You're away from home and you get that dreaded sign from your devices, low power. Don't worry.
Lion Energy has the answer with a 3-in-1 handheld wireless charger and USB power bank, the Lion Eclipse. You don't need multiple cords. You can use it on an airline flight, and it's super fast to recharge. So you can power multiple devices when you travel, at home, at work, or wherever you go. The Lion Safari is a portable lithium battery powered generator that can power virtually anything you normally plug into the wall. It's safe and silent, so you can use it indoors. And if you need more power, the larger Lion Sanctuary can power your whole home. Lion Energy offers safe, silent, renewable sources of clean energy at your fingertips to give you power where and when you need it.
For more information and to find a dealer near you, go to lionenergy.com/TV.
Follow the Daily Buzz on social media.
Hey, before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. This is where we tell you something you got to check out on your favorite streaming services. We're going to start off with Matt's pick this week. What you got there, Matt?
So, big wrestling fan, but my pick this week is one of the most intriguing stories in professional wrestling, and it's the story of the rise and fall of ECW.
It's Philly. They took us in. They made us their own. They gave us a home. They gave us a town to burn down. So here we are in 2024. It's WrestleMania 40, and we're in, of all places, Philadelphia, the birthplace of ECW.
This is the A&E biography, Legends ECW, and it's on A&E over the weekend. And it's the ECW was a mid-90s counterculture program to the safe world of the WWF and the WCW at the time. I love this. It was on at 2 in the morning on the CW here in Orlando. And it used to be one of those like guilty pleasures where you're like, I shouldn't be watching this. Oh my gosh, they're all half naked. It was great. I loved it. So you can catch it on A&E.
Check that out. All right, moving forward.
My pick for the weekend is the Netflix documentary, How to Rob a Bank.
This is a robbery. He was the most prolific bank robber in the Pacific Northwest.
He's robbed 14 banks in Seattle since June of 1992.
This case was spinning a little bit out of control.
He was a smart bank robber. He became our #1 priority.
What happened here reads straight from a movie script.
His moniker was Hollywood.
True crime documentary, Robber, inspired by Patrick Swayze's character Bodie in Point Break. It's fascinating.
It's really well done, too. I liked it. All right, hear ye, gather round to witness Ren Fair, a most wondrous HBO documentary that doth transport thee into the enchanting realm of Renaissance fairs where merriment, chivalry, and rivalry rebound.
Renaissance Fair in the United States came into being because they wanted to be like George. He's built this whole thing.
He's the ruler. He's not crazy. He's just thinking on a level that you can't comprehend.
I don't know what's going to happen to it after he's gone, because if he ain't working it, it don't work.
Crazy guy. Wow. It's happened in Texas. He owns his own town, and he also made a fair there.
That's always end well, right?
Y'all take care. Speaking of ending wells, we'll see you when we look at you.